Alrighty, folks, we're just going to go ahead and get started right off the top here. SPDas is patiently waiting. SPDas, the trading floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, and good morning, everyone, and welcome back, morning and evening. Sorry, for whichever part of the world you are joining in to the London Tokyo overlap. This is what 10th, 11th Feb overlap as well. So let's get started off with the daily chart in the Euro USD as always. It's it's a bit of slow price action. Prices converging back to the 1.03 handle in euro. We'll get on to the hourly chart in just a bit, but uh, the larger degree counts are always pointing up. They're clearly pointing about larger five waves, higher degree impulse in place, followed by a corrective three-wave rally ABC, a complex one though, but it is finally settled around 1.0775 with around the Fibonacci 61.8% as well. On the 13th of Jan, that's the story until now. Thereafter, we've gotten a little impulse rally of a lower degree, of a minute degree, sorry. There you are. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, followed by a corrective decline, ABC, zigzag as well. Or, you know what? It is quite possible that the second wave is still going on and it is unfolding as a triangle where you have that ABC and another ABC and another ABC and another ABC and another ABC. So it goes around 5 times to form a converging triangle that is also an alternate count which is possible. So if the alternate count is unfolding, then we are going to see some more sideways price action. Like let me just draw a path, a potential path, where we have the first ABC, and we have the second one, and the third one, fourth, and fifth. So it can kind of go on for another week or so, where it prints wave D and also wave E. before actually shooting up towards the third wave. All right, that's the alternate count. We have to be just in case if it wants to kill time, then it might unfold as a contracting triangle as well. But as far as the wave counts and structure are concerned, I think we've got a neat little bottom in place or higher bottom in place around 1.0215. So trading point of view, I think it's quite safe, and in fact, if it's one of the best price ranges that I would want to see Euro USD in, just around the 1.03 handle, and that's exactly where prices are trading. So if you haven't yet opened an account on the Euro USD long side, then this would be another chance being provided by the currency where you can actually get in on the long side with a stop just about 100 points lower. I mean that's a bargain, I would say, because the targets are really heading towards 1.0750, and and there's no change on the upside whatsoever, and the risk is now reduced up to less than 100 points. So it's really a bargain deal for Euro bulls to have a look at. All right. In fact, you might want to even add some more if the risk management permits, around 1.0300 right now as a price action that we are seeing flashing up on your screens right now. Okay. So trading point of view, no change. Long positions prevail, continue to prevail. The risk has actually improved. It's better than what we did yesterday around these times. Uh, and the stop loss, yes, of course, that's the stop loss 1.02 and the target is 1.0750. Uh, I think we got the target in place around 4 hour charts, yes. So the first target is 750 and the second target is 1100. So that is almost 800 points higher from where prices are trading right now. You might want to seriously consider on the long side the Euro USD. One more, we've already done the trend line. Let me just recheck. It has already bounced from the sell zone over the last week. I just wanted to make sure we are still in the buy zone. Yes, we are. We are trading comfortably into the buy zone. All right, so trade setup in the Euro USD on the long side, please. And let's look around the dollar index now. Before we come back on the 4 hour chart, let's have a quick look on the daily. So what the dollar index has done is exactly on the opposite side for what we just saw in the euro, where we have a 5 wave impulse decline, all right, indicating the larger degree trend is lower, and you can see that the wave 4 unfolded as a triangle as always, euro USD also contracting triangle, and that thrust wave 5. That's what triangles are actually made up of, and it can be seen on all different time frames we can spot where you can spot a triangle, can expect a thrust wave thereafter. All right, what is seen on the right hand side is an ABC corrective wave, which is rallied all through the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement as well, just above that. And the next story continues on the hourly chart from there. So a meaningful top seems to be in place around 110.19 on the 8 cap provider. And we've also got a lower high, or you can say a lower top in place around 109.85, and the dollar index prices are actually not carrying forward beyond the previous swing high. You see, euro is trading just about at par what we saw yesterday around these times, but dollar index has not been able to carry forward or push through the 61.8% as well. A 61.8% push would have been around 108, 109.20. It's nowhere near there. So lower degree waves ones and twos continue to be in place, where we've got wave one, 5 down of a minute degree, and 3 up of a minute degree as well. And again, we've got wave one of a lower degree and wave two of a similar degree in place. And that brings us to a conclusion that the third wave is just around the corner. And if that's correct, we should be seeing an electrifying drop through through 105 levels. The only thing that we are now concerned is if it goes sideways for maybe another week or so, the timeline would be extended by a couple of weeks where prices uh, converge around the 105 mark. Otherwise, we are actually set. I mean, the targets are actually set towards 105. They don't change for now. 104.85, which is also taking the previous, I think the previous wave 4 of one lesser degree. And it's not the previous wave 4 actually. It's a diagonal, a part of a diagonal, because the third wave cannot be the smallest one, and it looks like the smallest one in this case. So we'll have to adjust the pattern. It's not an impulse wave, it's something else. And the least and the highest possible pattern over there is a diagonal. I'm talking about this rally, which is already complete. So that structure is again a series of waves, ones and twos. 1, 2, and I've seen many cases unfold like this, where you have series of ones and twos unfold, and then it really breaks through the third wave, and the third wave is so elongated and expanded that it takes off not only the first target but maybe a couple of more targets as well. And the more sideways it remains, the more powerful is the effect of a breakout. Actually, it's a spring-like effect when you're holding a spring for too long, and then when you release it, it goes like a rocket towards the direction of the release. Correct? And we don't know what the direction would be, but here in case of the charts and price action, the direction of release is normally the larger degree trend, and in case of the dollar index, the larger degree trend is lower, while in case of euro, it's higher. All right, so trading point of view, coming back to the screen of 1 hour, prices are still stalling around 108. I mean, 5 hours back, not even 5 hours back, 7 hours back, uh, we were trading around the same level, 108.20. Right now we are 108.25. So literally there's no change in with perspective to the price action. If you are tuning in right now, or if you haven't yet gotten on the short side, then that would be still an optimum level with the stop around 109.85 if your provider is 8 cap. All right. If another provider, just adjust your stop loss, please. It could be around it could be lesser than 109.85. All right. Okay, a quick view on pound hourly chart. As I keep on saying, we've got to just be a bit aware about the alternate counts which I'm presenting once again. It could be the first impulse, followed by a corrective wave A, B, and C. Now that could be a completion of the corrective wave itself, or I mean, I'm going to take an arrow now, and this could be the first wave within the triangle itself. So that could be it could go on for a while. A, B, C, uh, D up there, and lower back E. That entire structure. I mean, when you're seeing such kind of an overlapping and a range-bound action, one pattern which always comes to your mind is a contracting or an expanding triangle. So this could be, I mean, it could be taking a triangle shape, and normally triangles are not seen in the second waves. But I mean, it's not a rule though. It's just a guideline. Normally, triangles form around the fourth waves before the preceding thrust fifth wave. But that's not a rule. As I said, it's quite possible that a wave two is also unfolding as a triangle. And so let's be prepared for a bit more sideways action in pound and euro. And once complete, I mean, we never know how much time it's going to take. Maybe it might take this week off uh, completely. We still have two more waves, wave D and E of the triangle to go before the thrust wave or before wave three actually pushes higher. All right, so just let's be prepared for this triangle count, which we haven't presented earlier, but I think it might be developing as a triangle as well. So at the moment we are good with the stop just below that 2250. But just in case if required, maybe when I come back to London times, we might adjust stop loss and put it down below that strong support where, I mean, just to keep ourselves away from the noise. But if it's really a triangle unfolding, then prices would stay above 1.2250 for sure. And that's what the objectivity we kind of get when we are doing the waves. If certain levels are breached, then it's kind of confirming that okay, this count is ruled out, and you better start looking towards the alternate count. All right. So let's stay put on the long side. Trading point of view, we are still better off getting on the long side. I mean, 2350 right now. Uh, it's about 100 points of risk with the stop around 2250. A potential long entry could be still taken around these levels with a stop around 2250, or maybe you want to keep it at 1.22. But it's still one of those optimum entries which I would recommend a potential long being taken right now. And before we switch to gold, the targets for pound flashing up on the screens now. Let's go back to the 4 hour. We'll see the target straight away. So we've got the targets right here around 1.28, which is taking the previous resistance as well. I mean, this is something magic. Fibonacci extensions uh, aligning neatly with the previous resistances or supports. And we just saw dollar index 105, right? 104.86. It was just around the previous wave 4 of one lesser degree, or previous wave 2 of a diagonal. So that was a price support which is being taken out. Here the price resistance is probably being taken out around 1.28, and above that it's around 1.32, which is just below 1.34 resistance. So the second wave is kind of taking its own sweet time. Let it do so. No worries at all, but let's be prepared for the upcoming storm in the form of wave 3, if the counts are being done correct. I think we should be we should comfortably be in the buy zone. Yes, we are. So no change there. We'll keep it as it is when we come back in the London Times to touch base again. Now, the most volatile instruments of recent times, which is not, it's continuously defying all resistances and price action confirmation. It's another other lower degree wave 5. So what it's doing right now is, if it is an ABC, when I'm putting that B aside for now, is it an ABC, or is it the fifth wave extension? Because now we are approaching quite swiftly. Oh, that visibility is. Let's put it 4 hours. And it is a minute degree. Okay, so that's what the structure still remains possible. But you know what? The price action has moved 20 points above what was scheduled, around 28.90. We are now 29, almost 29.20, so 30 points above where the maximum. Here's what the range: 38.2% of wave A, proposed wave A, sorry, is around the 28.90 zone. Also kind of converging to this 1.618 extension, which was seen around 28.91 or so. So it's still not exorbitantly above the trading range which was proposed earlier. But rather than committing on the short side right now, I'd still want to wait for one more session. As I said, aggressive shorts have been issued already, but here in this room, we would like to wait for a price action confirmation. And it's quite clear now, we need to just see a break below immediate support comes around 29, or just below the 29 mark. That is 28.97. Just wait around a few more hours, because if quite a few parameters are already indicating we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, the fifth wave in place. It's been neatly accompanied by a diverging RSI, not only on the hourly chart, but it's also on the 4-hour chart. There you are. Daily chart is still not diverging, but 15 minutes is diverging as well. So divergence accompanied by a fifth wave is what is normally looked after to trade aggressively, but I would still like to see price action breaking below that 27.90, 28.97 mark for the confirmation before we issue a short call in this live session. All right. But tell you what, if the daily, if the gold is not reversing anytime soon, and if it's already proceeding towards the fifth wave, then we've got to cut ourselves down at some point in time and remain flat or continue to remain flat until that fifth wave is complete. So here's the third wave and wave four, and the fifth wave is going to go much, much, much higher than what we are seeing right now. The price action here is quite a bit lower. I mean, 3200s absolutely possible. If it is the fifth wave at a minor level, we are going to keep this chart as it is, and let's see how the price action is shaping up in the next few hours. I think if it's a top, then by the London times we should be down below 2900. If not, yes, we are going much higher. 3000 is an easy 38.2% extension, and wave 5 is above 3200. So whether or not we have already proceeded through that range, we'll come to know. I think today we should be coming to know by the London Times. All right. So let's hold on for a few more hours on gold, and absolutely no chance of issuing a long trade around these levels. We are at the top of a top of a top. We need to see a corrective decline first before even thinking of going long at these times, these levels. All right. And we'll pick up one more, that is BTC, Bitcoin. Surprisingly, if you have noticed Bitcoin price action in the past two trading days, actually since Friday, when we started proposing this possible wave lower, it's been a constant sideways overlap. So no trade recommendation even now. 106 needs to be taken out for bulls to come back and tell us clearly that okay, we are going to remain in control through 195. We are still not seeing any close enough with respect to price action. In fact, what I'm seeing right now is the diagonal wave, and the diagonals are made up of five waves. There could be wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, and maybe wave 5 is still unfolding on the downside. So if it drops lower one more wave, ABC, it's going to take out 91, and that would be a confirmation of the first motive wave on the south side, which is a leading diagonal. And once you see a leading diagonal in place, that could be wave A of the larger correction, or it could be wave 1 of an even larger correction. So we just need to wait for a wave B rally thereafter to get on the short side. We are absolutely flat right now, neither on the long side or on the short side, but we are still sending out a cautious warning. Please be watchful of the wave crafted here, which could be dropping towards 20, not 20 actually, 87 or 91 actually. Please be watchful for that Bitcoin move. And let's bring the current session to a pause now, and We'll be back again after a few hours to touch base or continue the story during London times, and I'll be handling over to back to Igor, brother. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining, everyone.
Thank you very much, SPDas. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, thanks you.
ForexLens gives you the edge. ForexLens understands the global economy and financial markets. With machine learning, we give you real-time global analysis and investment strategies. ForexLens lets you invest and earn with institutional traders, even if you're new to trading. Trading and investing made simple with ForexLens. Check out our performance at forexlens.com. Get the edge on trades. Your eye into the markets. forexlens.com. ForexLens gives you the edge. ForexLens.